So before starting the session, anybody is having doubts from last class? Yeah, good evening. Any doubts from the last class? Okay. Yeah, when we convert integer in hexadecimal, it shows x, y, z. So that means hexadecimal number can be represented by using 0x, na? I mean, how we can differentiate normal decimal number system and other number system is decimal number directly number will be printed. In another number system, 0 and the first letter of the corresponding number system. Now, if it is a binary, 0b will be printed. If it is octal, 0o will be printed. If it is hexadecimal, 0x will be printed. That is the notation. Yeah, good evening, madam. Good evening. Okay, so let us go to our program. We were discussing about tuple, na? Hope everyone can able to see this screen. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So yesterday we have seen, I mean, Saturday, last class. So tuples are ordered array, right? So that means in which order you are going to save the elements, in the same order we can retrieve the elements, right? So we can create by using the tuple constructor. Of course, any array we can create with the corresponding constructor also. So that constructor and all we will discuss in the next class, maybe next or next to next that class, right? So we can't change or delete the single elements of the tuple. Indexing is possible, and we can join the two tuples by using the concatenation, right? And we can join two tuples with different data types also, right? So now let us come back here to our program. Yes, last class we have seen that. So this is a way to create the tuple. Just give the name equal to and use the normal bracket. In that, whatever the elements you want to declare, you just declare that. So that will be considered as tuple, and we are printing the tuple. And apart from this, we can create the tuple by using the tuple constructor, because tuple class will have the constructor. Every class will have constructor. So for tuple class, there is a tuple constructor. By using the tuple constructor also, you can create the tuple. But the thing is here, remember, we have to use double brackets. Okay, fine. So this is what we were discussed, I think, and here this also we have printed the tuple one. Okay, so this not required here. So now you can access every element from the tuple by using the for loop for x, for every element in the tuple one, for every element in tuple one, right? We are printing the all elements. Okay, right, fine. So up to here, I think I hope no doubt, right? So now let us execute and see once again. So now we are executing tuples, right? So up to here, no doubt, I think, right? So we are printing every element. We have created the tuple by using the normal method, that is tuple with the normal bracket, and you have mentioned the things. Then we have created the tuple with the tuple constructor, that ABCD, ABC, AA, right? And we are accessing the every element of tuple one by using the for loop. Fine. So this is what we yesterday, I mean last class we have discussed, right? Now here, what I'm doing is, of course, if you give print tuple one, it will print the value of value of tuple which is placed, the element which is placed at the index number 1 will be printed. So I'm talking about tuple 1 now. So orange will be printed, right? Orange will be printed. Okay, here it is, orange is printed, right? Right, fine. So all these things we have discussed. Now here what I'm doing is I am trying to change. What is x? What is x? Okay, before that. So now here I am trying to change the index number 1, tuple 1. What is the tuple 1 value? Apple, orange, grapes, mango, and banana, right? So at tuple 1, index number 1. What is the value of index number 1? This is 0 index, this is 1 index. Na? At index number 1, I am having orange. Okay, that I want to change it to pineapple. I don't want orange. Okay, so the value at index 1, I want to change it to pineapple, right? So now if I try to execute this, see here, it is throwing an error. That is tuple 1 at index number 1 pineapple, the tuple object doesn't support item assignment. Okay, that means you cannot assign a element at particular index, right? So that is what we have seen in our PPT, right? So we cannot change or delete single elements. We cannot change or delete the single elements in tuple. Okay, right? So this is giving error because this is not possible in tuple. Okay, this is not possible in tuple. Still I want to change. I don't want orange here, I don't want orange here, I want to change it to pineapple. Okay, I don't want orange here, I want to change it to pineapple. Yeah, 1 minute madam, I'll switch off the fan. Okay, just a minute. Okay, some disturbance was there, it seems, the fan. Okay, so here in tuple we cannot change a single element, but still I don't want to keep this orange, I want to change it to pineapple, because in our program, in our application, we may need to change the values. But as per the tuple behavior we cannot change, but still we can change. If you want to change the item, if you want to change by converting tuple into some other array, and there you can change, again you convert back into the tuple. So that is what we are going to do here. Now what I'm doing is, this tuple 1, entire tuple 1, I'm converting it into the list. Of course the next topic is list only, there we will discuss detailed things about list, but now just listen here, just assume here. So now the tuple 1, we are converting it to the list. In list you can change any element by using the index, right? So now here, what is the list name? I'm converting tuple 1 into list. That list I'm storing in x, right? So now if you print x here, okay, so I want to show you the difference between the tuple and list. Okay, both tuple and list I'm printing. Of course now all these things I don't want, so I will comment it out to avoid the confusion. Okay, so now this is tuple 1, and I have converted tuple 1 into the list, and I'm storing in x. So I'm printing tuple 1 as well as x. Okay, right. Now if I execute this, I think some commenting problem. Okay, here it is fine. There are multiple comments I made. That's the reason. Index. Okay. Hope it is fine. Right. You can see here. I'm printing tuple 1 as well as X. Remember, the tuples are indicated with normal brackets and lists are indicated with square brackets. Right. So in a tuple, we cannot change any element, but in list, we can change the any element. Right. So now what I'm doing here. So I'm taking x of 1. X of 1 means, that means this 0, this is first index. X of 1 into the pineapple. I'm removing, in place of orange, I'm putting pineapple, right? So now the x after this, if you print list, if you print a list, what you will get? See here, orange is changed to pineapple, right? So now this list I'll convert back into tuple. Okay, so that list X I'm converting back into this list X, I'm converting back into tuple, and it is storing in tuple 1. Now if you do printing of tuple 1, what will happen? The orange is changed to pineapple. The orange is changed to pineapple. You can see this is the normal bracket. So your orange is gets changed to pineapple. So that means in tuple direct by using the index, we cannot assign any element. If you want to assign that, okay, what you have to do is you have to change it to the some other array where we can change the element, and again you convert back into the tuple. Okay, right? So any doubt here? Any doubt? Any doubt? No doubt, right? Okay. So of course, this negative indexing we have seen in, yeah, some message. Repeat it again. Okay. So here what we are doing is in tuple, if you do like this, so at index number 1, I want to make it as pineapple, right? But if you do this tuple 1 pineapple, if you give, it will throw an error, because in tuples we don't have the option to change the single element. We don't have the option to assign the element at particular index. For that, what we are going to do is we are converting our tuple into list. Okay, list. That list I'm storing in X, right? So now see here, this is my tuple. I'm how converted into the list. So what is the, how we can identify tuple and list? So for tuple we'll have normal bracket, for list we'll have the square bracket. Okay, so then here in the list we can change any element. So in the list what I am doing, X equal to list of tuple 1, right? So in the list what I am doing, X of 1, that means at index number 1 I'm changing it to pineapple, right? So that list again I'm converting back into the tuple and I'm storing in the tuple 1. So then you will get in the tuple at the index number 1, you will get the pineapple, right? So this is the way. If anywhere, if you need to change the item in the if you need to change the element in the tuple, you can follow this particular procedure. Tuple 1 equal tuple X. That's what here. X, what is X? X is list, na? List we are converting back into the tuple, right? That's the reason we are using the tuple function, tuple constructor. This is, so tuple constructor will convert the X, list X into tuple 1. Okay. Yeah, we can interchange index in list. Yes, we can interchange that. We'll discuss in list. Okay, right. And here I want to add one thing. Now here to demonstrate this, I did this particular thing. I added this extra code, right? If you follow, okay. If you don't follow, that is double okay. Okay, you can leave that. Of course, when you do more and more practice, you will get that flexibility. Of course, what we did now, same tuple 1, what we are printing by using the negative indexing, you can print. How we have printed in strings by using the indexing, positive indexing and negative indexing, same can be possible in the tuple also, because the tuples also will support indexing. So here I'm mentioning -1 to -4 to -1, right? -4 means is -1, -2, -3, -4. So it starts printing from pineapple to mango, because the last one is not included in that, right? So now if we execute that, if we execute this, okay, one more extra line also will be printed here. Pineapple, grapes and mango will be printed. Okay, and here we are printing whether orange in tuple 1. In tuple 1, whether orange is there. Earlier it was there, but by using the list, we have changed it to pineapple, right? Now there is no orange, so it is giving false. Okay, so it is giving false. Okay, fine. Hope it is fine. Right. Now what we are doing here, if banana not in tuple, if banana not in tuple, whether banana is there in tuple, yes, banana is there, right? If banana is not in tuple, we are going to print tuple 1, or otherwise we are going to print a message called sorry, no banana. Okay, sorry, no banana, right? If it is there, now here in our tuple 1 already we are having banana. So now I'm mentioning if banana not in tuple 1, if banana is not there in tuple 1, we are printing sorry, no banana. Okay, else yes, banana is in tuple 1. Okay, now from this, what will be the answer? Okay, what will be the answer? And here remember that here my intention is not to check whether banana is there in that particular tuple or not. Here see the code complexity, little I'm combining, little increasing, I'm increasing the complexity of the code, right? So here I'm using if else also, for loop also, because so if we use these things regularly now, so we'll get practice for those kind of functionalities. That's the reason I'm including all those things also, right? Okay, so now here what will be the answer? Yes, banana is in tuple 1. Yes, banana is in tuple 1, right? Okay, clear? Sir, banana bhi print hona chahiye. Okay, so if you want to print banana also, you can make this. See here, banana is also printed, na? Don't mention -1. If you mention -1, na, so that won't be included. So we are not mentioned. From value we have mentioned, but to value we are not mentioned anything. That means all the things will be, all the elements will be printed. Okay. Yes. Right. Now here print length of tuple. Of course, length is a common function of Python. Okay, so we can get length of string, tuple, list, or anything, right? dictionary or set, anything we can get the length. So now here if you execute this, you will get the length of tuple 1. Because here total how many elements are there in tuple? 5 elements are there, so the length is 5, right? Now here, okay, now what is the difference between the string and tuple? Now here t1, now see here, okay, so first right, so now here I'm making t1 equal to orange, only I'm taking one element. I'm taking only one element, okay, I'm taking only one element, right? So what it will do, so it will take only one element and it will print that element, okay, and here only orange is storing in t1, right? I'm using the normal bracket, but still it will be, I'm printing the type of t1. What is the type of t1? So type of t1 you are getting as string, okay. That means when you use the normal bracket, it doesn't indicate that you are declaring tuple, right? So string also you can declare with the normal bracket. Normally string how we are writing? String normally we are writing like this now. Some str1 equal to orange, okay. But there is no difference between this and this. Both are strings only. Now you can see here, you can print type of, that means what is the data type of the corresponding str1, right? You can see here both are strings. There is no, that means there is no difference between this and this, okay. Then how we can differentiate string and tuple? So after the tuple, after the element, you should mention it comma. If you want to declare only one element in the tuple, after giving one element you have to apply comma, then it will be considered as tuple. Now you try to print, now again here we are trying to print type of t2. Now let us see the type of, so now let us see the type. See here, this is string, str1 is string, then t1 is also string, because here there is no comma, only one element is there, and this is not string. You can see here this class is tuple, right? Okay, so this is tuple. Hope it is clear. Right, now again joining of tuples, right? So s1 I'm taking high, s2 I'm taking number, this is, that means this is string and this is integer, okay. Now what happens now, if you apply print s1 plus s2, print s1 plus s2, so what will be the answer? What will be the answer? It will give error. You can see here it will give error. This gives error, I mean what is error? Can only concatenate str to str, not int, because here one variable we have taken string, one variable we have taken integer, and we are trying to combine two, one is variable, one is string and one is integer, so this will give error in strings, right? But this is possible in tuple. That means one tuple you can declare with the string, that means t1 I'm declaring it with string values and t2 I'm declaring with integer values, okay. T2 I'm declaring with integer values. Now I'm joining two tuples t1 plus t2. this is possible. This is possible in tuples. It won't give error. You will get joining. Sorry, this I have to remove now. Have to add. Yes. You can see here. Here orange, apple, banana is there. In T2, 1, 2, 3 is there. So both are combined. Both are joined. Both are joined. So in tuples, there is no problem whether one tuple is declared with all the strings and other tuple is declared with all integers, right? So when it is combining, it doesn't matter which values are assigned in the corresponding tuple. Clear? So then, now here I'm trying to use, in tuple we have two methods. In tuple we have two methods. One is index method and count method, right? So this index method is used to find the index of your required element. Now here I want to find out what is the index of mango. Okay, so in my tuple one, see here, this is my tuple one, right? So in my tuple one, mango is there at this particular position. So at what index it is? 0, 1, 2, 3, third index, right? So this will give the index of my mango, my element mango. Okay, and here T12. T12 means, what is T12 here? We have declared here T12 na. One tuple is there with name T12. Okay, here. Okay, so what I will do is, I'll remove this commenting because I want T12 na. Okay, so my T12, what is there in T12? A, B, C, A, right? So now I want to find out how many elements with the name A. How many elements with the name A is there? Okay, so for that I need to use the count method. Okay, so remember here, if you want to use the methods of tuple class, so you have to mention the tuple name, then dot apply the method, right? So again here tuple name is T12, then apply the count, right? So the corresponding object name dot and the method we have to access. Of course, this will be clear in your next class. That means OOPS concepts, right? Maybe from Wednesday we'll start OOPS concepts, right? So here, how many times A is there here? 3 times it is there. So it will print 3. So what will be the answer? So this index is, mango is at index number 3, and this is A is repeated by 3 times. So answer will be 3, 3. Okay, right. And finally, if you want to delete any element, that means here I want to delete the index element which is placed at index number 1. What is the value placed at index number 1? Pineapple. This I want to delete. So for that we have the keyword called del to delete any value. Okay, so then I'm trying to delete here tuple 1 first index, the value which is at tuple 1 first index, but this is not allowed in the tuples. Why? Because already we have seen in the presentation that in the tuples we cannot change the value or we cannot delete single element. Okay, so that's the reason this will throw an error. This will throw an error. You can see here, tuple object does not support item deletion. Okay, and remember here I'm showing some errors na, that errors, type of errors you should remember it, right? So this we'll discuss in OOPS concepts, exception handling. Okay, so then, so this is not possible, you just comment it out. Then delete tuple 1, right? Yes, you can delete entire tuple. We cannot delete the single element in the tuple, but we can delete entire tuple. After deleting tuple, I am trying to print tuple 1. What you will get it? You will get error, because after deleting, if you are trying to access, it will give the error, right? Repeat once more, last index, one more, repeat please. Okay, so index method. So here index method is tuple method, right? In tuples we are having two methods, right? In tuples we are having two methods. One is count and other one is index. So what index will do is it will search as tuple for a specified value and returns the position where it was found. Okay, that means it will search in the tuple, the given element will be searched and the index value of the searched element will be returned if it is found in the tuple. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. Now I'm searching here, I want to search mango. So this index method will search mango in tuple 1, right? If it is found, then it will return the index value of the mango. So in tuple 1, where is the mango? Here. So it is index is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will return the index of this particular mango. Then that index value will be printed. What will be the index? It is 3. So 3 will be printed, right? And here count function is used to count number of elements repeated in that particular tuple, because we have discussed now here in PPT we have seen that, right? See here, tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable, allows duplicate members. That means in a tuple we may have the chance of duplicate members now. So that's the reason we are searching here. So likewise we have declared here T12 tuple T12 A, one element is A, one other element is B, C, A. Okay, so that's the reason we are counting how many A's are there. Or if you want, okay, okay, let us execute this and we will see that. We will change and see the thing again. Okay, so now here the mango index will be 3. 3 will be printed here. A in T12 A will be there. A is repeated 3 times. 1 here, 2, 3. 3 times it is repeated now. So answer will be 3, 3. See here 3 and 3. Okay, now instead of tuple T12, I am changing it to tuple 1. Tuple 1 dot count. I want to count how many mangoes are there. Mango. Okay, how many mangoes are there? So how many mangoes are there in tuple 1? We have only one, right? So index is 3, mango index is 3, and the mango is repeated only once. So in tuple 1, if you see tuple 1, only mango is repeated only once, right? Or I'll do one thing. In tuple directly I'll change here also mango. Okay, and if I execute, answer will be 2. Answer will be 2, and here the mango was found here itself na. So index it is returning 2. When it is searching, it will start searching from beginning na. So when it found, immediately it will return the index. Even though 2 mangoes are there, it will return the index of first mango. Okay, hope it is fine. Right, now here so of course this I have discussed, we cannot delete single element in the tuple, and but we can delete the entire tuple by using the del. Del is used to delete any array, right? So here I am deleting tuple. After deleting, I am trying to print tuple 1. Once the tuple 1 is deleted, what is there to print? Nothing is, no tuple na. So same, it will throw an error, right? Name error, right? So tuple is deleted, and here what is the name error? Name tuple 1 is not defined. That means here it is deleted na. Even though we have defined and used, but here in the last instruction we have deleted the tuple, right? So it will found and it will throw an error. Your interpreter will throw error. I don't find any tuple with the name tuple 1. Okay, and this is name error. Now till now we have seen different types of errors: value error, type error, name error. When you will get value error, the value is incorrect. When you will get type error, the type is incorrect. When you will get the name error, if that specified variable or array is not found in your program. Okay, right? Any doubt from here? Any doubts from tuple? Right? So now this is about tuple, right? So now let us go to our next array, that is list. Okay, so what is list now? What is list? List is a collection which is ordered. That means same like tuple, in which order you are going to save the elements, same order you will get it, and it is changeable also. Tuple is not changeable, but these elements can be changeable. Already we have seen the example, right? And allows duplicate members. Of course, it will allow duplicate members also. Okay, so it is ordered array. So here, like in tuple, we have the tuple constructor. Now here in the list, we'll have the list constructor to create the list, and we can change or delete the single items. You can change the single element and you can delete the single element. Indexing is possible. You can join the two lists by using the concatenation, and we can join two lists with different data types. Even different data types also you can join. Of course, same we did in tuple also. We can insert, remove, extend the list, right? If you want, you can insert, not only editing, not only changing. If you want to, you can insert extra elements also. You can remove the elements also. You can extend the list also. The size of the list, earlier it is 10, you can increase it to 20 also. Okay, so all those things are possible in list. Okay, now let us go to the list program. List. Now here what I'm doing is, I'm doing here, of course, okay, what I'm doing is, I'm taking one list: apple, orange, banana, mango. 4 elements I have saved. The name of the list is list1. Okay, and for, remember, for creating the list you should use this bracket. For tuple you can use normal bracket, and for list we should use this square bracket. Okay, tuple so list we can use square bracket. Okay, so print list1. Okay, of course you can create also, you can create list with list constructor also. So list constructor, what are all the values? Okay, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then print list2. Okay, the remaining things I will comment it. Right, now you can execute. So now I'm executing list program. Okay, see here, apple is printed, apple, orange, banana, mango is printed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also printed. Okay, that means you can create list by using the square bracket and mentioning the elements in that square bracket, or you can create the list by using the list constructor. Of course you have to use double bracket here. Okay, you can create the list by using the list constructor also. Okay, both are this and this will be considered as list only. How you can confirm this as list? Because here you can see, you can able to see the square bracket. Okay, as we have seen in the PPT, you can access the list items by using the index. Okay, so I'm printing list of 3. Okay, similarly you can print list 1 of okay, what it will print? Can you guess? Can anyone guess? So this will print the element which is placed at the third index, right? What is the in list one? What is the third index value? Mango. Mango will be printed. Fine. And what it will print? So we are not giving the starting value. Starting value means, so it will start from beginning, 0th index. Then it will print till where? Third index. What is the third index? 0, 1, 2, 3. Till this period. That means, since in Python, this last value, the maximum value, destination value won't be included. So it will print till banana. Right? Hope I'm correct, right? Yes, mango is printed, apple, orange, banana. This mango is not included. Okay. And if you want to print all, you can mention 0. This thing, it will print all. Okay. So starting value I'm mentioning, ending value I'm not mentioning, because means it is till end. Okay. Okay. Now I want to add one more item to the list. Right? So one more item called kiwi to the list. Kiwi to the list. So for that you can use list1.append. Right? So list1.append. Okay, kiwi added. Then list1.append. I'll add one more item. Okay, one more item. Okay, so what we can add? So already apple, orange, banana, mango is there. Okay, I'll add orange. We'll duplicate it. Okay, now if you print list1, earlier apple, orange, banana, mango is there. To that 4, another 2 items are added. That is kiwi and orange. Then that will be printed here. Right? So now you execute it. You can see it. Apple, orange, banana, mango, kiwi, orange. Okay. So now I'm printing each and every element in the list. For X, for every element in the list 1, we are going to print the value of the list. Right? And here I'm using, here my intention is already we have seen all the elements. Why we are using for? Because if we use for if all this thing regularly now, we'll come to know, we'll get familiarized with the corresponding functionalities. Otherwise we'll forget. If tomorrow if I ask in coming program, if I ask in some program, so write if condition now, then okay, how we can write the if condition, we will think. So to avoid that, I'm using these things regularly. Yeah, Bhavana, yes, madam, you want to print 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means, so 1, 2, 3 means it will be printed, obviously it will be printed orange and banana. 3 means this one, na? So, but this is not included, no? Only orange, banana will print. You can see here, print list 1, 1, 3. Okay. List 1, 1, 2, 3. List indices must be integers or slices, not triple. Oh, sorry, 1, 3 I mentioned. Okay. Okay. Orange and banana will be printed. Orange and banana will be printed, right? Okay, madam. No issue, no issue. So now here, what I'm doing here, okay. Now here I'm printing every item in the list. Now remember here I added earlier 4 items are there: apple, orange, banana, mango. Now I added 2 more items, kiwi and orange. Okay. So now for every item we are printing here. So now I'm testing using if condition. I'm testing whether kiwi is available in list 1 or not. Right? If it is available, I'm printing. Okay, I got kiwi. Else, try next time. Okay. So now, what will be the result? Here all the elements will be printed, and here I got kiwi. All element apple, orange, banana, mango, kiwi, orange. Total 6 elements will be printed. Earlier 4 and 2 we have added. Okay. Then I got kiwi. Since kiwi is available here. Now here I'll mention like this. Now can you guess what will be the output now? Anyone? Try next time. Why? Because I have mentioned here small letter K, but I have added a kiwi with capital letter K and small letters I W I. Okay, so I told Python is case sensitive. What exactly you have mentioned, that should be mentioned, right? Okay, because small K is different and capital K is different. For small k, ASCII value is different, capital K ASCII value is different. That's the reason it is very important. In strings, when you are mentioning, when you are using capital letter and if you are referring with that with small letter, definitely you will get error. Why? Because all capital letters, alphabets A to Z and small alphabets A to Z are having different keywords. Different ASCII codes. Okay, right. Now, as we have discussed, we can delete the item in the list. We can delete single item in the list also. Now here, already I have printed here. So what is the item at index number 1? Index number 1, it is orange. Okay. Now I want to print. So I want to delete the orange, then print list 1. Okay. So before deleting, I will print list 1. Before deleting, I want to print list 1, and after deleting, I will print the list 1. Okay. Right now you execute it. So here, earlier before deleting, apple, orange, banana, mango, kiwi, orange was there, right? Then I have deleted item list 1. In the list 1 at index number 1, what is the value of index number 1? Orange. That orange is deleted. Now apple, banana, mango, kiwi, orange is there here. Okay, right? So now, of course, if you want to add again, you can append by using the append method. Append method is list method, which is used to add item to the list. Now here, one more item I'm adding, append pineapple. Okay, append list 1 dot append pineapple. Now if you print, what you will get it? You print, what you will get it? So append here already five elements are there. One more item, pineapple, will be added. See here, one more item, pineapple is there. Apple, banana, mango, kiwi, orange, pineapple is added, right? So then we are printing items 1 to 5. Items 1 to 5 means banana, mango, kiwi, orange. Banana, mango, kiwi, orange. Again with the negative index I am printing minus 5 to minus 1. Minus 5 means this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Minus 5 means banana to orange. Banana to orange is printed. Okay. Then again here I'm giving 2 colon. 2 colon means from the index number 2 all the elements will be printed. Mango, kiwi, orange, pineapple. Mango, kiwi, orange, pineapple. And here from starting up to third index I'm printing. Third index means, so starting apple, banana, mango. This is the third index. So third index is won't included. So apple, banana, kiwi will be printed. Apple, banana, apple, banana, and mango will be printed. Right? So this is a way to work with positive, negative indexing, and append is used to add the item. Okay. Now if you see this at index number 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What is there at index number 5? Pineapple is there. Already pineapple is there. Now I want to change that pineapple to dragon fruit. Okay, dragon fruit. Then I'll print the list. Then I'll print list. So before changing also I want to print list to observe whether what changes occurred. So before changing I'm printing list 1, and at 5th index I'm changing the value to dragon fruit, and again I'm printing. Okay, let us see here. Earlier apple, banana, mango, kiwi, orange, pineapple is there. Now 5th index means 0 1 2 3 4 5. 5th index pineapple is there. That pineapple I'm changing it to dragon fruit. Okay, I'll change it to dragon fruit. This is also possible in list, but it is not possible in tuple, right? So now it gets changed. Of course, the length function, len function, is used to get the length of the list. And here one more function is there, list insert. So what append is doing, always remember here I have added a pineapple. Where pineapple is added? Last only it is added. Means at the end of the list only it is added. No, I want to add one more element, but I don't want to add that element at the last. I want to add here at index number 1 or index number 0. Okay, so now for that you have to use insert method. Append will add element, but it will add last. Okay, where delete is used, the delete is one element is deleted, na? One element is deleted here. We are deleting orange. Orange 2 times we have entered, na? Orange 2 times entered, 1 time it is deleted. Okay, so negative number, explain again. Of course, it is same like strings only. So now here printing list 1 from -1 to -5. -1 to -5 means this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Starting is -5. -5 means it will start from banana, mango. -5 this one, -1 this one. Always remember in Python the -1 last value won't be included. So it will print from banana to orange. So that's the reason it is printing from banana to orange. Okay, that is negative indexing. Right, now here I want to insert one more element 0, right, at index number 0. What is that element? Pomegranate, right? So now here before inserting this I'm checking the length. After inserting that, this length should be increased by 1, na? So right, now let us see. So before inserting apple, banana, mango, kiwi, orange, dragon fruit, okay, the length is 6. Now after inserting, where I have inserted? At index number 0, pomegranate. So at index number 0, pomegranate is added. Then all the things are shifted. Then pomegranate, apple, banana, mango, kiwi, orange, and dragon fruit. The length will be 7. Now the length of the list will be 7. Okay. So next is, of course, this already we have seen. Why we have to repeat again and again. And remove. One more method is that append is to add the item. Insert is used to insert the item at particular index. Append will add the item at the last, as the last item in the list. Okay, and the remove function will remove the specified element, right? Now we don't want dragon fruit since it is from China, right? So okay, we can delete it, right? See here, pomegranate, apple, banana, mango. Sorry, some error has come. Maybe commenting issue. List 1 data. List 1 dot remove. Okay, dragon fruit. Dragon fruit is already there, no? Yes. list one dot remove. Okay, list one dot remove dragon fruit, right? Fine. Value error list dot remove x. Where is that list dot remove x? Okay, maybe some commenting issue. List dot remove x. Somewhere some commenting issue. Yeah, any missed commenting. It's not in list. Let me check it. So dragon fruit is there here. Okay, okay. So the why I'm getting na. So here I have added the dragon dash fruit. Here I am giving dragon underscore fruit. Okay. So now if you execute this, where, let me check it. Actually, what is that? Dragon dash fruit. Okay. So here also I'm giving dragon dash fruit. F capital. Okay, okay, F capital, right. Okay. So all these problems. Okay. Now it is removed. Now it is removed. Okay. Thank you. Now it is getting, it's removed, right? So append, insert, and remove. So we can add single item. You can add the item at required index. You can remove the single item also, right? Now this is about, I think session time is over, 5 o'clock, right? So now you just go through this. If you have any doubts, you ask in next class. Sir, underscore or dash problem. Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. So I hope it is clear for everyone.